NightFall. The Minecraft Bedrock Edition server that is currently being made that everybody is talking about. The best bridge players on the whole of MCBE are all talking about this server. So today I did an interview with one of the two owners of the server. There's two owners. I did an interview with one of them, Shadow Axe Kid, to ask 10 questions about the server. Interested? Let's get started. What made you start a Minecraft server?
Nightfall, of course, was the merge of Silhouette and Avail. Silhouette was made to appease the competitive community of Nether games because, in terms of Nether games, updating stuff, it didn't really help the competitive community. There's a lot of issues that Nether games had, and I wanted to make a server with FrankCat, fixing these issues, making it an actually good server to play. I don't know how Avail started. That's something Sodom will tell you about, but for in terms of Silhouette, Silhouette was made to appease the competitive community for Nether games, and then Silhouette merged with Avail, creating Nightfall.
How did you get the name NightFall?
When the merge happened, when we started playing the merge, we realized that we can't really combine our names because the best we got was Avalette, and apparently that's a car company. And of course, we don't want to get sued by a car company if that ever happens, so we decided that we were going to create our own name. And we had a lot of trouble with this. We basically threw out like a bunch of names, and Nightfall was the best one. Of course, Nightfall now is a temporary name, unless if we just simply cannot find a better name that tops Nightfall. So expect Nightfall to not be called Nightfall sometime in the future.
When are you planning to release Nightfall to the public?
I'm hoping for the end of the year, but there is a chance of this not happening because, of course, we are a small staff team. People have personal issues, and simply progress just goes fast and slow all the time. It's always fluctuating. We can never really pinpoint a date for us to release the server with us being happy with it. So hopefully the end of this year, but if there's a big chance that it probably won't happen at the end of this year.
What game modes will be on the server?
Okay, so Nightfall is going to have Bridge, Bed Wars, FFA, Duels, Sky Wars, and then another game mode called Team Battle. All the other ones are self-explanatory, but what Team Battle is, it's a 12 versus 12 game mode that where you have kits that you can buy, and first team to 50 kills wins. We don't know if that's going to come as soon as the server releases. We most likely will wait until the server releases and see what our player count is before we roll out that kind of update. And also, we're going to try our very, very best to give our own spin on things. We don't know entirely sure. We haven't thought that far ahead. Of course, we've been focusing on Bridge for quite a while now. But when that happens, hopefully we can figure something out to make us stand out and just not like a high pixel copy.
What are your goals and ambitions for the server?
That's a good question. For me, personally, I just want to have a server where everyone can have fun, and that if there is an issue, people can come to us about it. We could try our very, very best to fix that issue, because I think that's something you don't see a lot of servers. There is a sense of transparency with Nightfall that we have with the people who follow it. Like, we try our very, very best to consider every single suggestion and every single thoughts that we get and make sure that we can make the best outcome for everyone. But overall, just for it to be fun, for it to be unifiably, or not unifiably, but considered by everyone like a good server, because we make sure we run our server the best we could possibly run it.
How long did it take to develop and code Nightfall?
Again, this kind of goes back to like the merge, where I don't necessarily know Avail's time, but Silhouette, the server that me and Frank owned, before the merge happened, it was made at late December. We've been working on Silhouette and Nightfall ever since. In terms of Silhouette side of things, I think Avail is considerably longer by like months. But about like over a year, I would say.
Where do you think the server will be in 6 months from now?
I, I think that the primary game modes will be done. I think we're going to be very, very, very close to server release, making sure that everything is set up. And if the server is released by that time, I can see some people playing it, like enough people to where, okay, it constantly queues. Um, I'm not expecting this server to get like 100 players concurrently first day because I mean it's a new server. We still need to put ourselves out there after release, but I can see the server being somewhat successful. I wouldn't say it could compete with stuff like NetherGame's Hyperlands or like official servers, but I think we'll be put on the map at least.
Will you have regions other than NA, such as EU or AP?
Yes, we will try our very, very best. The problem is that if we have multiple regions, that means we need to have a quote unquote sub server for each one. So basically, we would have to pay for one server for NA, one server for EU, and one server for AP, and then one big server that has the actual IP that when you connect to, you can transfer to all these different regions. So that's a lot, basically, and we haven't set it up yet. Right now, it's just NA until we can get our game modes finally done and have that as our next priority. But we will try our very, very best to make sure that we have NA, EU, AP, make sure it's compatible for everyone.
What clicking methods are allowed on the server?
This is like a debatable topic. Right now, double clicking is not allowed. I don't know if that will still stay a thing, but that's how it is for now. Basically, you can butterfly, you can jitter, you can normal click. The only thing that like you can't really do is like drag click. Basically, any like clicking methods that require double clicking, you can't do. So drag clicking doesn't work. Butterfly does work, but like it's not gonna be as fast because you can't double click. But I mean, you can click like all kinds of different ways. Just make sure you're not double clicking.
And last but not least, why should people play on this server, NightFall, and not other popular MCBE servers such as Hive or NetherGames, for example?
This is a hard thing to answer because, of course, these are bigger servers than us. They're doing something right. We may never know what they're doing right. But all I can say is that we're very transparent. If you have an issue, we'll try our very best to fix it. And if you are looking to fight people who are like competent, like always, if you want to fight people who like have played the game before and aren't just walking around like random mobile players being like, oh, this is the new Skyblock update for Hypixel or something. I think I think our server is a great place for that because most of the people who play on our server, they are competent, they are good, and if you want to fight other good players, I think this is the server for you. Thank you, Smurf, for having me in the interview.
Thank you.
Go check out NightFall's channel. It's a good channel, and I'll see you guys when NightFall releases. Bye.
See ya.